Hi guys, welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm sorry for how dramatic that sounded, but I have been on a 2-week hiatus and now I am back from vacation, from visiting back home. It was a lovely time spent with family. I had so much fun and I was so grateful to see everybody again. But now that I am back home here on my home turf, I intend to get caught up on and do episode reviews for all of the shows and the most recent episodes that I've missed in the past 2 weeks. Starting with the mid-season premiere of Fear the Walking Dead, which debuted about 2 weeks ago, 2 Sundays ago, on AMC. So, part 2 of season 2 of Fear the Walking Dead has returned. I know most of you have probably seen it by now. I myself just caught up a few minutes ago, and I am now doing my episode review for it. Even though it's been a couple of weeks, I still intend to do an episode review for this episode and several other episodes of other shows that I missed as well, even though I'm a few weeks behind. But that's why I'm doing this, to get caught up. But for those of you like me who are just catching up and perhaps you haven't seen anything yet, please be warned that this episode review is full of massive spoilers regarding the mid-season premiere for Fear the Walking Dead, which I will be discussing in detail. So you have been warned, and if you have seen it and you want to hear my thoughts, keep on listening and watching. If not, turn off your computer, go away, catch up, and then come back and watch. So you have been warned. That being said, it was very good. It was very good. I guess I was surprised that it was just centered around Nick, because I thought it was going to be like a half and half deal. Like, you know, we'd be cutting back and forth between Nick and our other group, which would consist of Alicia, Madison, Strand, and Ophelia. Because as we all saw, the whole family unit was scattered. Daniel is presumably dead. I think it's fairly certain that he is definitely gone, which was a real bummer because he was one of my 2 favorite characters. But he's passed now, but at least Strand is still alive, thank God, or at least I hope he is. I mean, obviously I'm going to watch the second episode as soon as I'm done uploading this video, but poor Daniel. So this episode, we saw what became of Nick after he went off on his own. And I think that drug-addled, impressionable brain of his has got him thinking that life is somehow better living among the infected than it is living among the living. And, you know, I guess this whole episode was about him just trying to survive, not really going anywhere, or having any specific destination or place in mind, just walking around Mexico and trying to, you know, stumble upon a herd of walkers wherever he could. Encountered a couple of nasty armed gunmen on an abandoned highway, and they killed a starving survivor, so those guys were bad news. And I really thought it was interesting seeing his survival tactics. I mean, he knew that there was water inside of a cactus, and he tried breaking it without hurting himself, which was cool to watch. Also, I thought, why is he acting like it's been forever since he's taken a piss? And then when he held his hands up like this, I'm like, oh, no. And sure enough, I'm like, oh. And, you know, in shows like Jackass, you see those morons do that shit where they drink their own pee out of a jar or something and they start throwing up. Or sometimes they'll start throwing up before they even drink it. But in this show, you know, I guess considering how dehydrated and insanely thirsty he is, his own piss probably didn't taste that bad. Cactus, not as much, which is probably why he resorted to drinking his OP, because he's smart enough to know if your survival depends on it, drinking your own piss could save your own life. And there was one thing that was a bit unclear to me, you know, that nobody really established how long it had been since the farm had burnt down, Daniel had died, and everybody was scattered. You know, nobody said, because it's like, Nick didn't say to the woman and the boy he was with, like, it's been 2 weeks or it's been a week since the place burnt to the ground. And he hasn't encountered anybody, and it's like in the final scene with the doctor, he didn't tell him, oh, I was at a farm a week or 2 weeks ago, or maybe a couple days ago, and now I've ended up here or something. But I'm sure our timeline will be established quite soon, and probably in the next episode, I would imagine. If not with Nick, with our other characters. And what I also really liked was that in this mid-season premiere, they explained in a flashback what happened to his dad. Because way before the series premiered last summer, one of the character bio for Madison was that she was a widow who was involved with a fellow teacher, and they each have, their own grown children. Well, they're teenage children, and she was a widow, but she was very much involved with Travis. So that was her brief character summary, or her character bio. So they always said that Madison was a widow, but they never explained up until now how she became a widow, or what became of her husband. And sure enough, this was explained in that flashback. He died in a head-on collision while coming home from work, or to work. It was one of those scenarios. Either way, he died in a head-on collision, which of course is generally sad, very much sad, but it was even sadder for Nick, because in the earlier scene, he had been blaming his absent father for not being there for him or coming to visit him when he was in rehab or recovery, as he was explained to his girlfriend, Gloria, the girlfriend who would end up becoming his very first walker experience. I wonder if it's the same actress from the premiere episode, from the series premiere, when we first see her and she's all, she's looking decayed and freshly reanimated, if it was the same actress or not. If not, oh well, it was still cool that they reused her in a flashback as a human. And then, of course, he starts to break down, because it's like he never got to make any kind of peace or any closure with his father, which was really sad. Which could also explain his, constant slipping and constant back and forth slipping into drug use, is because of those feelings of guilt and regret and whatnot. And I wonder if all that drug abuse has just addled his brain so much where he sincerely believes he can live amongst walkers, or that life is better with them. I don't know. I hope he is something that makes him snap back into his senses. But he's in a safe zone in Mexico for now. Safe, at least, being in terms there's a lot of people and there seems to be a wall around their neighborhood or their little village. But who's actually running it remains to be seen. Overall, good episode. Nothing too outstanding. I think the best part was probably them explaining what happened to his dad. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching my episode review video here on the EdWord. There's going to be at least 4 more of these to come in terms of covering other shows and episodes that I've missed during my 2-week hiatus. So stay tuned and stay subscribed for that. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, Fear the Walking Dead premieres with a new episode every Sunday on AMC. I believe the newest episode debuts this weekend, tomorrow night on AMC Sunday night. So watch out for that. Thanks again for watching. And of course, I hope to see you guys very, very soon as I do several more episode reviews throughout the day. And if you don't watch those review videos, if you're only interested in watching this one, don't forget to check out my Facebook page in the link down below in the description. I think you'll like what you see. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.